Olga here. We're going to do something different this month by looking at Santa Clara and San Mateo counties and looking at different metrics. We're going to look at absorption rate, we're going to look at the activity index, and the inventory. Now, the absorption rate is an interesting metric. The higher the rate, the more of a buyer's market it is. The rate is calculated by looking at the homes that are actively available for sale versus homes that sold in the last 30 days. And I've taken a look at I keep track of this every day, every month for years. So let's take a look at how it's trending. So looking at last month's data, the absorption rate is at 1.6, which means that if no new homes came on the market, we would sell off all of the inventory in 1.6 months. Now compare that to the average of last year. It was at 1.4. So a higher rate, 1.6 versus 1.4, indicates a slightly cooler market for sellers. What's interesting is inventory typically peaks during this time of the year and then it's at its lowest during winter. But take a look here. In May, right now, as of today, there are 2,351 homes for sale in Santa Clara County. This is single families, townhomes, condos, everything. Compare that over time, and we haven't been at this level since 2016. And last year, for example, in 2018, we hit 2,400 homes, 2,300 homes towards fall, which is when the market started to shift a little bit. It would take longer for homes to sell. Instead of a weekend, it would be 3 weeks, and then so forth. So we noticed that change, and it shows up in the numbers. So in 2017, 2018, in May, we wrapped up the year with 1,600 homes for sale. And right now, our May number was 2,351 homes. So buyers have more inventory to choose from, and that explains an interesting dynamic. Homes that are in desirable locations, gleaming with updates, ready to go, they fly off the shelf. It's like the market hasn't changed. Homes that have something quirky about them, like a converted garage maybe, or maybe it's near a busy street, or whatever, something unusual. Right now, those homes are sitting on the market longer. There are fewer buyers looking at them, fewer offers, and they're not, the spread between something really desirable and something with a quirky aspect to a home, that spread is widening as far as the price goes. That means that for sellers, it makes sense to do some updates and to make the home really, really shine because they'll sell faster and for a lot more money. So the activity index looks at how many homes are going under contract versus how many homes are actively available for sale. Now right now we wrapped up the month at 2.6 for the rating, and last fall when we had a lot of inventory and the market was kind of full of hogs, we were in the low to mid threes, which means that since the fall the activity has picked up, and we see that in the numbers. We've been talking about it for months. Now in San Mateo County, the story is very similar as far as the inventory activity goes. In San Mateo County, it would take 1.4 months to sell off all of the homes that are on the market right now, and in Santa Clara County, it's 1.6 months. So very, very similar, not a big difference. What is different is the magnitude of the change that we've had when we saw markets starting to change in South Bay. In North Bay, right now we're at 748 homes for sale, and the change from last year, the magnitude is much, much less pronounced. What that means is that there wasn't really much of a change overall in that county. So a higher activity index is better for buyers. It means that more homes are coming on the market that are getting under contract. The higher the numbers, that's what it indicates. And right now we closed off the month at 2.3 for that metric, and it's pretty much where we were last year in January, February, March, that kind of timeline. So again, we're back to where we were last year. That's the message for San Mateo County. Thanks so much for watching, and take care.